Freaking Boris.
But
Yeah.
but for like the reporters like us, I don't think that it really affected.
Yeah, no. No, it really didn't. Yeah, the bridge was annoying. Like having to like log the it was just the most difficult process to like log hours. It was so dumb.
It was.
That's why when I was a kid, like, oh no, where's that? I was like, oh.
Like, okay, at least there's that.
I was like, I don't have to do that. Yeah, I was like, okay, no, but
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad. I was just like, I was ready to go. Like I learned all I could learn there, and I was like, I just want to do it. Three.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, they do 3-year internships there, so. Because everyone wants to move on. Like he knows that, so he's like, I'm gonna keep here for as long as I can. So yeah, I mean, no one wants to be tough, but at the end of the semester, like if you do, like whatever.
Because like you're married.
Yeah, you're married and have kids. Yeah, then other than that, no. So. Yeah, well, yeah. Being from Indiana, like I was like, oh, I feel like I'm in Indiana driving down here with like the dirt roads and the fields and everything, but I didn't expect it more than similar. Except, yeah. Are you from Florida, do you think? Originally? Oh, Virginia Beach? Okay, cool. That's a nice area.
It is. Kind of similar to here in size and
Yeah.
the big military thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say definitely a cool
here and there.
Okay. Gotcha.
We got bumps too this year, Jackson.
Alright, so he just grabbed a quick phone call, but as soon as he walks over, we're going to be starting. So,
I gave him 2 minutes out. He said,
in a hurry.
I'm so sorry.
So, for everybody, this is going to be our Chief Deputy, Colonel Joe Wells. So you can go either Chief Deputy or you can say Colonel. Either one is an actual Joe Wells. Yes. So he is technically our undersheriff, so we still have a very active city down there. So. I see him.
It's crazy. I missed an exit. He didn't. But I know those things take forever to. So sorry, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh, yeah. No, training. We're at down there high school.
It's outside the
Yeah.
bus.
Yeah. Oh, good seeing you again.
Like right down there.
Nice night now.
Maybe a little bit more than a mile.
Yes, absolutely. That's why I brought
we haven't had to dig for a
We
story.
haven't had to dig for stories.
Thank you, Riley.
Here lately, I've been surprised we didn't able to get y'all out of Jacksonville. They sound pretty busy too.
Oh yeah. Today was. Yeah, I was about to say who went on the DV? Well, there was also the DV shooting, right? The
Yeah,
woman
a
who.
woman showed up at her boyfriend's house and shot him. The guy was stabbed in the woods.
Huh.
There was another homicide at 11 this morning.
Yep.
Well, we made it to this far before we've gotten anything this year that could even possibly go that way. We're hoping not, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean we're especially down here, like it's rare.
It's in the way of my feet.
Chief Deputy, would you mind counting to 5?
Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just waiting on y'all. Somebody give me a clue when everybody's ready. Okay. Good afternoon. I'm Colonel Joseph Wells, the Chief Deputy with the Sheriff's Office here in Putnam County. We do have an update today in the case of our search for our missing 20-year-old Naisha Nelson. During the investigation into the missing persons case, we have located human remains in a very heavily wooded area outside of the city of Crescent City. The identity of those remains are not known at this point. We're still in the long and very thorough, tedious process of recovering those remains and conducting crime scene investigation in that area. As you recall, as part of this search for Miss Nelson, we located her vehicle in a separate rural area outside of Crescent City on Thursday. And then this morning about 8 a.m., our investigators located these human remains. Like I said, they are unidentified. We can't even determine the sex at this time. So there is not a lot of additional information that we can give you. And we certainly don't know if they are related to the case or not for sure. But we do know and can say that the remains were located by our detectives in furtherance of the investigation into the disappearance of Naisha Nelson. We are still looking for the community's help. We still want to hear from anybody that has seen Naisha Nelson since February the 11th. Has it had any contact with Naisha since February the 11th, or has seen her vehicle, which we provided the information on yesterday, which is that 2008 gray Honda Accord. So again, although the investigation is still unfolding, it's unfolding at a very rapid rate. We have interviewed numerous people, conducted numerous searches throughout the area during this investigation. Those interviews are going on as we speak, as we try to uncover additional information that can hopefully help us locate Miss Nelson as soon as possible. So there may not be a whole lot of additional information I can give, but I will certainly open up to questions and I'll answer any of them that I am able to.
Can you guys tell if the remains are adult?
Cannot say that for sure at this time. We are comfortable saying that they are human remains, but cannot confirm anything further than that at this time. We are still in the process of recovering those remains from a very heavily wooded area.
So you said you're unsure if it's still connected to her disappearance, but as far as the remains, can you just kind of maybe tell me, are you guys pretty sure that it could be?
So like I said, the remains were discovered as part of the investigation into the disappearance of Naisha Nelson, but we are just unable to say for sure if they are her, or the sex of the remains, or if it is directly connected to the investigation.
Are you allowed to say like what you found, like a finger or an arm, or are you allowed to say like anything that you found?
So we're not going to comment a lot specifically on this. Obviously, like I said in the previous press conference after the discovery of her car, at that time, The vehicle was our most critical piece of evidence, and a lot of the investigation was hindering what we could determine from that vehicle and where it was located. And so now that same set of circumstances exists with this. If this is in fact directly related to the disappearance of Miss Nelson, what is going on at this crime scene now is absolutely critical. So if any further comment on that crime scene wouldn't be prudent at this time.
Tell me again where the vehicle was found.
We're out there.
All right, back to the vehicle. What about the vehicle?
Okay, tell me again where the vehicle was found.
The vehicle, no problem. The vehicle was found in a wooded area just south of the city of Crescent City, near the area of Old Highway 17 and Junction Road. Okay, I'm sorry.
I believe the remains were out there, and how do you go forward with forensics now to determine who that person is?
Those are great questions. So as far as how long do we believe the remains have been there, it would be premature for us to answer that at this point because we haven't even completed the recovery process. This is a very tedious process that covers everything from 3D scans of the scene to the use of metal detectors to look for any evidence that may be out there, to very slowly recovering those remains so that we preserve them for autopsy and that we also find any evidence that is there with them. We will not be able to give positive identity on the remains until after the autopsy is completed, and we hope that that should be very early next week.
So are you still looking for her?
That is correct. We are still searching for Nyesha Nelson as if these are not her remains because we just don't know that. So that search is ongoing. That's why we are still asking anybody that may have any information about contact with her or her vehicle to reach out to us, because we cannot reach the conclusion and we are not operating off the fact that the search should end because we've located Nyesha. That's certainly not the case here. So the search is still very active and ongoing, and we're looking for any information anybody can provide us.
Where is she from?
It is my understanding that I know that she grew up here in Crescent City. As a matter of fact, Nyesha attended the school behind us, Middleton Burney Elementary, the same place that her 5-year-old daughter goes to school now. So she is well known in the Crescent City area, has lots of extended family, a lot of friends, and has deep roots here in Crescent City.
How close was the body that you discovered to the vehicle that you guys found?
The remains that we have discovered were, I'm going to give you an estimation of probably 4 to 5 miles from where the vehicle is located.
Are you able to say north, south, east, or west?
It would be probably northwest. The active investigation that we're conducting right now is probably 2 miles west of where we're located here on County Road 308, which is the highway right behind us.
And the vehicle was found on Thursday.
The vehicle was found Thursday evening, correct?
And she went missing February 11th, correct?
February 11th was the last time that we know for sure that she was safe, and that is when she dropped her child off to school here on the morning of February the 11th.
Any suspect information? Anything on that?
Not at this time. Like I said, we are covering every possible angle. We're interviewing people as they come to our attention. We are receiving lots of tips and information from the community and working very hard to rapidly follow up on every one of those as soon as they come in.
Any surveillance footage just of her driving anywhere?
So we have, obviously that's part of our investigation. We are looking not only places that we knew or believed she was at, but any other possible locations. So lots of surveillance footage has been recovered, and our detectives are in the process of evaluating that at this time. So that's the possibility that could exist. Certainly surveillance footage is key to any investigation like this.
And what led police and detectives to the wooded area where those remains were found?
Again, that's information we're not going to speak about at this time. It was during our investigation that we went to that area.
Okay, last question.
Yeah, I've got one more from our newsroom actually. Did a canine hit on the remains, or was it somebody else?
There have been no canines involved in the crime scene where the remains are at. Again, the scene is west of here a few miles. There is opportunity if anybody needs any footage from the scene. I will ask you and let you know that we have a considerable amount of family and friends there, and we're respecting their privacy, and we informed the family and friends of this conference and invited any of them here that wanted to speak to come. So we would just ask that you respect their privacy. We have victim support services and a handful of pastors in the area working with the family. in the event we have any other information to give them. So if you do want to go to that area, certainly that opportunity exists for you.
Chief Deputy Wells, quick
Yep.
question. How did you discover these remains that were found?
Again, all we're going to say about that is that we were conducting our investigation, and that investigation led us to this area, and our detectives discovered those remains in that area. Okay.
And again, no suspects at this time?
We have identified no suspects at this time. Again, we're looking at all angles, but we're still operating that Miss Nelson is a missing persons case. Like, as we're interviewing everybody that knew her, everybody that had any contact with her, everybody that has any information. But there are no suspects at this time, and of course, this Miss Nelson is not classified as a homicide at this time. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks.